àsìkò ti tó, àsìkò ti tó, àsìkò ti tó, àsìkò ti tó, àsìkò ti tó sẹ́, àsìkò ti tó. Yorùbá nation ẹ̀jí kiri, àsìkò ti tó. Yorùbá nation ẹ̀jí kiri, àsìkò ti tó. Àsìkò ti tó láti máa lọlé wa, àsìkò ti tó. Ọmọ Yorùbá o, àsìkò ti tó. Láti dá dúró, àsìkò ti tó. Yorùbá nation a fẹ́ máa lọ, àsìkò ti tó. Gbà wá lọ́wọ́ òkú ẹrú, àsìkò ti tó. Ọlọ́run abẹ́ o, àsìkò ti tó. Ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation yìí dánwò, àsìkò ti tó. Àsìkò ti tó, àsìkò ti tó. Nàìjíríà ti tó pín, àsìkò ti tó. Yorùbá nation ti fẹ́ máa lọ, àsìkò ti tó. Ọmọ Yorùbá fẹ́ máa lọ, àsìkò ti tó. Ọba tó gbọmọ Ísírẹ́lì nínú oko ẹrú Íjíbítì, nígbà tó kún Fáráò tán dìde láti gbé wọn mì lọ́jọ́ ọjọ́ sí. Ó náwó agbára sórí Òkun Pupa, Òkun Pupa dìyàn tó ilẹ̀. Àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì wọn kọjá lọ. Olúwa bá wa dá sí. Bàbá ìwọ la gbójúlé, bàbá ìwọ la fẹ̀yìntì. Ìgbà tá a bá fi lé ẹ lọ́wọ́ kì í fọ́, àwọn tá a fi lé ẹ lọ́wọ́ kì í máa yí fáyà. Ojú ọmọ gbọ́dọ̀ ti wá yọ bàbá, bàbá ti wá dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀. Bóyá bàbá tètè dáhùn sí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation, bàbá mi dáhùn sí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation, tètè dáhùn sí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Yorùbá nation yìí dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀, ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Ọlọ́run bàbá o, ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Bàbá tètè dáhùn sí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Bàbá ń fẹ́ dá dúró, ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Afẹ́fẹ́ lọ́wọ́ òkú ẹrú, ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Òkú ẹrú ọmọ Nàìjíríà yìí, ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Sáwọn lórí wọn ta wá sí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Bàbá lọ́wọ́ Fúlàní o, ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Tètè gbà wá lọ́wọ́ wọn, ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Fúlàní máa ń báyọ̀ bí ẹni fẹ́ràn, ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Àwọn Fúlàní àjínigbé, ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Àbí ìjọba mi pàṣẹ sí, ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Bàbá tètè dáhùn sí, ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà yìí dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀. Bàbá bá wa fòpin sí torí Yorùbá ti tó lọ, afẹ́dá dúró. Bàbá lókè ìwọ lábẹ́ jọ̀wọ́ náwó agbára sórí Yorùbá nation. Ó ti sọ nínú ìwé mímọ́, let my people go. Bàbá jọ mọ́jàkọ́ta yọ wá.
Gbogbo àwọn tó ní kí ọ̀tá kó yọ̀ wá, àwọn fúnra wọn ni wọ́n máa forí fa. Mo kí gbogbo wa pé ẹ káalẹ́, ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ níbikíbi tí ẹ ti láǹfààní àti máa wò wá. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́, Chief Sunday Igboho is not a criminal. The bandit, the Boko Haram, the ISWAP is what the government should be looking for, and not Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. If the federal government is looking for anyone, they should be looking for Gumi, they should be looking for all the terrorists that have been kidnapping. And I can also say there was a kidnap of innocent children in Kaduna today. Once again, a very good evening, the 4th of July, which is also the Independence Day for American. I'm sure very soon our own independence will be clear. A lot of people say, kí ló dé tó jẹ́ pé ṣé bàbá wa Sunday Igboho nìkan ni ọrùn gbogbo kìíní wà ní nítorí pé ó jẹ́ akíkanjú èèyàn tó dúró tán fọmọ Yorùbá. But ìbéèrè tí yẹ kí gbogbo wa máa bira wa ni pé ṣé a sì láwọn ọba ṣá, nítorí pé látijọ́ Thursday àìtí ìrọba kan tó sọ ha tó sọ he pé kí ló tẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ gan sí ọmọ wa tí wọ́n lọ tó fi pa, nítorí pé evidence have shown that the government sent terrorists to kill Chief Sunday Igboho on the 1st of July. I've read a lot, I've seen so much, but we give kudos that we said the Lagos mega rally we hold and it went ahead as planned. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n jáde tó jẹ́ akíkanjú nítorí pé wọ́n ní kò ní wáyé àmọ́ adúpẹ́ pé ó wá sáyé. Ọlọ́run máa dójú ti gbogbo àwọn ọ̀tá wa with everything that they've done. They wanted to plant, ammunition, they wanted to plant bomb, they wanted to do so many things. Wọ́n ní Lagos rally ò ní wáyé, wọ́n ní àwọn kinní kan máa wá attack. Eventually, it was the police that killed a 14-year-old girl, and I can confirm officially that Professor Banji Akintoye have spoken to the family of the dead. One now only born to rule. Hausa Fulani is not ready to go out of the country. If anybody is thinking that they will just give us Yoruba nation like that, there will be so many things that would happen. But people are saying, why are the elders not saying so much? I would say we don't have any elders. The ball is now in our court. How we play determines. Some say, Koiki, ìgbà tí wọ́n náà ti ń pariwo ogun ló ń pariwo láti joy. We have been in war for a very long time, but some of us have been deceiving each other as if we're never in war. The war did not just started yesterday. The war have started long time ago. But nítorí pé àwọn kan dúró jura wọn lọ, it's just looking like pé torí pé èmi ti ń pariwo a máa jagun. A lot of you said I shouldn't be using that statement, but I can tell you the federal government is ready to kill anyone and they care less. The Hausa knows the game. They knows that the more they can hold on to the power with the stooge of some of the Yorubas, they will not allow every one of us to go. I can confirm also officially by tomorrow morning, the barrister would have opportunity to meet with those in the hands of the DSS. According to what we can confirm, that if they do not allow that to happen tomorrow, we'll be telling you what next is going to be happening. The Hausa Fulani knows the game in partnership with the international community. Why is American government laying back to the actualization of the Yoruba nation and the Biafra? What are they scared of? Is the American government really in favor for us to have an independent nation? We know the United Kingdom does not have any interest for the Yoruba to stand on their own. We know that Germany might not be of interest, maybe European country you want to call it. What about France? What about China, Russia? Let's start looking at some of these other countries. What are their interests to Nigeria? And are they really going to allow us to go? Nigeria currently is owing China 3.2 billion US dollars. Do you think China will allow us to go? What is the role of some of the Yoruba politicians? What is the role of the vice president to the attack on Chief Sunday Igboho's house? What is the role about all the Southwest governors? None of them have said anything. Does that mean that they will allow such an incident to happen, even though it is not allowed according to the international law? If the government is looking for anyone as a wanted person, they should be looking for Gumi. They should be looking for every single terrorist operating inside the Yoruba land, operating outside the country, operating in the middle belt in the southeast. But I can confirm that when I come live, the media want to twist the situation. Let me warn all you mainstream media, whoever you are that is writing different articles, let us say it clearly. 2 people that were killed have not been returned. The bodies have not been returned. And I've never seen that as one of your headline. Eba Afisino headline, that 2 innocent lives that was killed right inside the residence of Chief Sunday Igboho's house have not yet been released. What are they doing with the bodies? I will say, give us the dead body so that we can give them a proper burial. Let everybody know, as of today, the 4th of July, 4 days after the incident at Chief Sunday Igboho's house, 2 bodies is still in the hands of the federal government of Nigeria. I had the opportunity to have a conversation, with our father, Professor Banji Akintoye. He's saying we must continue to hold strong. We must continue to remain vigilant. We must continue to remain strong, regardless of whatever must have happened in the last 72 hours, in the last couple of days. He has watched every proceeding of what took place at Chief Sunday Igboho's house. He has watched what took place, and like I said, bàbá wa ti láǹfààní láti bá ọmọ tí wọ́n pa, wọ́n ti bá àwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀. A dúpẹ́ fún bàbá wa nítorí pé wọ́n dúró tán. Àmọ́ ìbéèrè tí mò ń béèrè ni pé ṣé àwọn bá wa máa sọ̀rọ̀ lábẹ́lẹ̀ ni wọn ò ní sọ kankan lórí bàbá wa ti Chief Sunday Igboho? Ṣé bá ṣe máa wò náà nìyẹn? Ẹ̀kọ́kù ṣé kò ń ṣọmọ Yorùbá ni, ṣọmọ Ìgbò ni, ṣọmọ Ẹ̀gùn ni? Let us ask them. Àwọn kan ní ìgbà tẹ́ ti bọ́ àwọn ọba ẹ ṣe máa sọ̀rọ̀ sí. Oh, so now the kings, because nítorí àti sọ̀rọ̀ sọ́ba, so ọba ọmọ pé yà ń jẹmọ Yorùbá, táwọn ọmọ Yorùbá fi ń ṣẹrú lẹ́yìn odi tó fi ń pa wá, tó di pé gbogbo wọn ò lè lọ sílùú wa mọ́. You cannot go to your village anymore, and you cannot go to your town anymore. Once again, it's 23:23 p.m. the 4th of July 2021. My name is Olayomi Koiki. Sit down and let's take you through the late night broadcast. We've seen the genocide taking place in the southeast. Already started in the bottom, and I can tell you, if we do not end this now, who is going to be the next person? Who is going to be the next person? The government have literally tried to scare everybody in the country. Wow. Nobody wants to say anything. Everybody's scared. Anybody who is so everybody's worried with this Fulani government and the APC government. And they know that the Yoruba will not back down. I've read different columns, different articles. I've seen people say, oh, and the one in the UN, the Deputy General Amina is the one in charge. It is about us to make that determination whether we want to go out of this country or we just want to play it, as if we are playing something that we are not interested to leave the country. We are ready to leave this country, and it doesn't matter. But we are still going through the diplomacy channel. We are using all the means, the lobbies. We are speaking to different people. The rally was meant to be peaceful until the police in Lagos killed the 14-year-old girl, and about 100 people is now in the hands of the police in Lagos. Also, Babawa Professor Banji Akintoye is already on top of the game, on top of the matter with all those that have been arrested. Like I said, that is a message I need to pass to you as well. Is already on top of it as well. Likewise, gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n mú àwọn DSS tó wà lọ́wọ́ wọn, from Lady K to all the remaining groups as well that are there, work is already ongoing for them to be seen, or for the lawyer or the barrister to have a proper conversation with them tomorrow. I've spoken to the barrister just about a few hours ago, and he has said to me tomorrow morning he'll be giving me an update in regard to those in the hands of the DSS. When àwọn Yorùbá máa ní ṣebí wàhálà tí iná ti pọ̀jù ní iná ẹ ṣe díẹ̀díẹ̀ ẹ ṣe díẹ̀díẹ̀, even some or whoever was that, I don't know who among those watching, send a message to my sister in London and say, so far buru e go tejeje one ní strategy one ní plan. You must be very stupid to be sending those kind of messages to them. What do you mean we don't have a plan? We have a plan, we have a strategy. In tó ṣẹlẹ̀ tàbá ní pé nímọ̀ kó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ rọ́lá ń pa, because Chief Sunday Igboho was accosted right under our nose. You all remember that? We all remember that when it was stopped by the same DSS in February. But a lot of people did not believe it. A lot of people say it was probably maybe like our actor until they finally went to his house to assassinate him. They were terrorists that wanted to kill him. The intention was to kill him whether they kill him and then bring back the dead body. That was the intention. But Ọlọ́run tó láyé tó lọ́run kò fún wọn ṣe, kò dẹ̀ ní fún wọn ṣe náà ni. If anybody is wanted in Nigeria, they should be wanting Gumi, they should be wanting all the Boko Haram, the IPOB and the Fulani that are killing and terrorizing every part of Yoruba land. For now, we have not even gone through the anarchy stage. What we are doing at the moment, and I know the paper will write this out, Ekolola, the spokesman for Chief Sunday Igboho say, we have not even gone to the anarchy stage. Yes, I said so. We haven't gone through the anarchy stage. We are still going through the due process according to the law of the international law. We have not done anything that is creating anarchy in Nigeria. All we are doing is a peaceful rally. And Babawati saw so many times, Chief Sunday Igboho saw, only kama attack ọlọ́pàá, kama attack security personnel, because wọ́n ṣẹ̀ wá, àwọn náà ọmọ ìyá wa ni wọ́n, báwọn náà ṣe ń suffer, làwa náà ń suffer. So what we are saying again and again is, we have not even done anything than a peaceful procession rally, peaceful conversation with the people, and just what we are doing online, communicating with the people. But the federal government does not want that, but we will maintain that. But one thing I can tell you is, we can only maintain that for a very, very long time or a very short time. But let us tell the Yoruba politician, Nigeria will not hold election in 2023. Whatever you have done, whatever you are planning, look at my face very well. Election is not going to hold in Nigeria 2023. Write that down in your headline. Whether all this Punch, newspaper, The Nation, whatever your name is, Sahara Reporter, say I say so. We will not allow election to hold in 2023. Nigeria cannot continue while we are suffering under the fraudulent 1999 constitution and the 1914. We will use all the diplomacy around the world. But if diplomacy doesn't work, you know what that could end up to be. Once again, a very good evening from wherever you're watching us. If you think by trying to suppress, by trying to bring all this, pressure on us, you can't bring pressure on us because entirety determined has been determined. Look, we don't need to have as many. So people say you need to carry all the Yoruba along. Let me say it clearly. If the Yorubas that doesn't want to carry along now, they will catch up with us. It's a moving train. We will not allow our life to be mortgaged by the Hausa Fulani cabals, and because of the few Yorubas that are licking their ass. Yes, they are licking their ass, and you think we will allow and tolerate that? Let us say clearly, some of us are more determined to make sure that the actualization of this Yoruba nation will work. I was even watching, sometimes you don't have to respond to people. It is not about Sunday Igboho. There are 80 million Sunday Igboho, and I am one of them. You are one of them. Those that are determined. It is not about Chief Sunday Igboho. Gbogbo wa ni Igboho, and we stand with Chief Sunday Igboho. We stand with Professor Banji Akintoye, and we stand with everybody. And kudos to architect George Akinola by facing the bullet in Lagos yesterday. Once again, a very good evening. I was watching, a very brilliant lawyer on one of the politics today with my friend, even though he works with channels, Shewa Kimbaloye tonight, and you could tell the lawyer knows what he's saying. There was never a search warrant from the DSS to Chief Sunday Igboho. There was never any kind of invitation. I even saw somebody say, but, we got an invitation and he never attended that invitation. There was never one invitation by the DSS. Their mission on the 1st of July was to kill Chief Sunday Igboho, but Ọlọ́run fún wọn ṣe, Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ní fún yín ṣe. One thing is, it is not about Chief Sunday Igboho, it is about every single one of us. We are all Chief Sunday Igboho. Kọ́lọ̀ ń fọ̀run kẹ́ àwọn méjì tí wọ́n pa nínú ilé bàbá wa Chief Sunday Igboho, kọ́lọ̀ ń fi ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ sùúrù kó fi sí fámìlì wọn lára, nítorí pé ẹni tó bá lùzẹ̀ bí ara oríṣiríṣi nǹkan oríṣiríṣi lè máa ṣe wọ́n. Àwọn fi wákàtí àfi ṣe àdúrà fún àwọn ẹbí olóògbé. One of them only raised his hand during the prayer, but they shot him at the point range, thinking the only spiritual power to feed him, and that was how he was killed. The other one, we all knew how he died. Once again, a very good morning, good evening. From here is exactly 23:32. Michael Oguntoyinbo. I'm going to play our anthem, but I will always remind those of you that do not understand that the Fulani doesn't want to go away. Who are the Fulanis? Why are we having problem? Why was the problem created in the first place? What was the real agenda behind the 1914 amalgamation? Why do people think that the burden is only on Chief Sunday Igboho? The burden is on every single body that is either outside the country or inside the country. And we are all in this together. And we will remain solid, focused. There is so much that they want to do to make sure that they break up the bones of every single one of us. And that way, we will not even want to think about Yoruba. And that way, everything will just fizzle away. He is not a criminal. If they are looking for the criminal is right inside the National Assembly. The criminal is Amizad, or whoever that lady was that was working with the NPA, stole 169 billion naira of Nigerian money, and nobody has been able to question her. Where is she now? They probably put her somewhere else again. Those are the wanted that they should be looking for. They have so many wanted within the politicians. The criminals still watching me right now, sitting down in their homes. They know they're the criminals, but they've left them alone. We're not even talking about the ones that are terrorizing you every day, that you cannot travel from one end to the other. But nobody's saying anything to that. But because somebody believes that we asikoto ti omo Yoruba láti dá dúró, but because we don't have the support of the kings, tó bá jẹ́ pé a ní àwọn support àwọn ọba wa tó dání, but because the kings does not even understand their roles anymore. If they understand their roles, they would not even be part of Nigeria. We have been in existence before the white man came. But everybody say, no. Let's leave that alone. Let's manage with this Nigeria. You can't manage with Nigeria because we are all different. I am different from the Hausa. I am different from the Igbo. I am different from the Shekiri. I am different from the others. We can work together, but on a nation that we will play, along with each other. If you're watching the Europe, you saw the other day playing was Czech Republic and Denmark. Melogoni Czech Republic, Melogoni Denmark. How many of them are we not looking at how we can have our own nation? Oh, people say, oh, you can't do that now in 21st century. But we can tell you it will happen in this 21st century. Let us tell them again. Only election election. We will not hold election. We will do everything. Oh, by the international law. Election is still about 2 years away. We still have the window between now and the 2023 that they're talking about. By next year, they will probably be talking about, campaign and all that. And I want to see how they want to do a campaign. And now that we are saying we want to do a peaceful rally, they refuse that. I'm talking directly, especially to Lagos State. You refuse to allow a peaceful rally to hold, but you will then want to come and run a political party campaign next year. We will wait and see. We will wait and see. You've arrested people for nothing. Anyone gbógun sára. So ẹni tó ń lọ sí church tó mú Bible dání ṣe máa arrest ẹ̀. Àbí ẹni tó ń lọ sí mọ́ṣáláṣí tó gbé Quran dání ǹjẹ́ ẹ máa arrest wọn. Now you are arresting innocent Yorubas that believe in their tradition. So ìtìyàn bá ti fi ògùn sára tó bá gbógun sára, is that a crime now? Is that a crime? So the same commissioner for police that stopped the rally that was meant to hold yesterday in Lagos, I am now waiting for you to come and protect the political interest when that election campaign is going to start. And then we will see. Because you think you are smart to make sure that the lives of people were put in danger yesterday. But now you will want to come out and also give protection to any of the political stooge that you represent. We will wait. Ojú ló pẹ́ sí kọ́lọ́n kó ṣọ́ gbogbo àdìgbà yẹn. Ojú ló pẹ́ sí àwa abáyín demọ́nukúlà. Abáyín demọ́nukúlà. Once again, a very good evening and welcome. Let's watch and listen to the analyst of this senior advocate of Nigeria that spoke during the conversation between himself and Seun Okinbaloye. Once again, there was never a search warrant. These criminal terrorists, DSS, the military and the machineries that came with one intention: eliminate the target. Who was the target? Chief Sunday Igboho. Òun gangan ni target tí wọ́n fi pa. And they were determined to kill him. I've gone through the bullet. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tí wọ́n fún wa ní information. The bullet that they came with. If you do not know, this is the name of the bullet. Once again, a very good evening. Ìbọn tí wọ́n gbé wá tó fẹ́ fi pa bàbá wa Chief Sunday Igboho was not an AK-47. It was a proper one called, just give me a minute. Those people, and when I say those people, those DSS, the Nigerian military, and likewise the machinery that came to Soka, there were more than 300. We even thought there were 100, but now we have looked at, the evidence that we have. We're not releasing all the evidence. Hey, Koiki, don't put too much information on Facebook. No, we're not putting all the information out. But all I can say is, they came with what I call the GPMG. GPMG, which means the General Purpose Machine Gun. If you look at the whole house, from outside to inside, the way they were shooting shows that it was not an AK-47. They came with what they call the General Purpose Machine Gun. And it was for one mission: eliminate the target. Eliminate the target. Let me show you, for those of you that do not know, I had 4 different sources that came back. If you look at these bullets, if you look at it right there, can you see it? You can see the length of it. Now, let's compare that with this. This is the AK-47. So what you've got there is an AK-47, right? What you've got there. But what you have here is the one for the machine gun. This is what they came to the house to eliminate the target. But only people say, Koiki, into Bedani, she almost risky. And I always say, Emi Odale Loma Balo. And the Odale does not really mean the Yorubas. And when you're married with Taban say Odale. No. Odale wà láàrin Igbo, tó rán wá sọ́dọ̀ Yorùbá, tó máa bá lọ. Ọ̀dàlẹ̀ wà ní Haúsá, tó rán wá sílẹ̀ Yorùbá, tó máa bá lọ. Ọ̀dàlẹ̀ wà láàrin àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá, ìyẹn separate. And they came for that purpose, a target to take him out. And that is the kind of fear that they've put in the heart of millions of Nigerians for the last 60 years. 60 years of failure, 60 years of threat to every single Nigerian, as you call yourself. And you have everybody watching, knowing that we are on the truth, but because people are scared, but you see, we are waiting for the Agbagba that have lived their life up to the age of, and to 60 within all. I'm not talking about our Agbagba, don't tell you what. I'm talking about those that refuse to understand that what we are saying. You can look, you have lived up to 60 years. You are still running no tap water in your house. You cannot go to your toilet and flush. You are still drinking pure water. You don't have good education, good health care, and you are thinking that you can develop the country to the next level. What next level are you talking about? What next level? I am asking, what kind of next level are you talking about? What is the kind of next level? It's just a question. You are still being deceived by the same politicians that are fighting for their own common interest. It is easy to sit down outside the country and talk about next level. And the politician knows the game very well. Once again, a very good evening. My name is Olayomi Koiki, and I'll be giving part of the update. Agbagba kept mute. They don't care. An average king in the Yoruba land is about maybe 50 years old. And you are still in your 20s. These people do not even have sympathy for you. An average Yoruba politician, an average, quote and unquote, is probably in his 50s. But they are prepared to run the show as continuation. They are not interested in your life. They are not interested in you. They are more interested to say, we would develop Nigeria to the same standard as you can see it outside the country, or much better than African country. They will give you false narratives that we should not listen to people that want to divide the country. Just like, the vice president was saying in Kano. The vice president was giving us the impression that you can go to Kano, the same Kano that does not allow me to sell alcohol as a Yoruba man, or to sell pig if I wanted to, if that was my nature of business. The same vice president now is making Kano look like a place that you can live. Let me find out what he said. Once again, a very good evening and welcome to the broadcast. The same politicians are running games with every single one of us. They are playing with they know that every day we can all not be coming out, whether myself, all the other media, whether those that believe in Yoruba nation, whether those that believe in one Nigeria, everybody knows that the country is going into drain on a daily basis. So whether you believe us or not is not it's not the problem. The problem is you cannot set up a business to sell alcohol in Kano. But yet, the Kano state is taking more from Lagos, where we have the port authority. I'm just looking for what the vice president said. Just bear with me. This is the vice president. Yesterday, Kano is home to all Nigerians. Really? The vice president is saying that Kano belongs to all Nigerians. It's a home for you. Èmi wá ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá pé ǹjẹ́ o lè dé láti ìlú òyìnbó nísìn kó lọ set up business in Kano? It's just a question. Are we really one as Nigerians? Ask that yourself. Do you have more opportunity than the people in the north as a farmer? Do you know somebody will stand and say, oh, no, go here. It is your governor you need to hold responsible, because the federal government is doing the right thing for your governor, but your governor is not doing it to the bottom. But the vice president is now saying to you all, senior advocate of Nigeria, shotman devil, that Kano is home to all Nigerians. It has the legacy of tolerance. Really? The vice president of Nigeria is telling you that Kano have the tolerance. A state that is running on a Sharia law. Oh, you don't know? Do you know that 12 out of the 36 states in Nigeria are running on a full-scale Sharia law? You will be dealt with according to the Sharia law, not the secular law that you think you have in Lagos. But the tolerance is what the vice president is telling us. The vice president of a country with 200 million people living together, right? Oh, we can live together. You know, the bigger we are, the stronger we are. Is that true? But today, can you move from Lagos and go and live in Kano when we have all the Alimanjiri that are coming to Lagos to live in Lagos? They can't live in Kano. Go all over the Yoruba land. You will see all the Alimanjiris creating nuisance. Is it their own fault? Oh no, it's not their fault, but it is the fault of a system that is biased. Let us break away, and if we want to support them, charity, NGO, we will go to Kano and support them just the same way a country like Great Britain, less than 70 million, is giving us crumbs as 200 million citizens. That is why everybody wants to run out of the country. Yes, the Isba police. But a lot of Nigerians, well educated, are watching me around the globe now. But they are keeping mute because they have not been affected with what is happening currently. But somebody like Chief Sunday Igboho decided that we can't tolerate this anymore. Tolerate a leave. For how long do we tolerate it? Do you wait for the politician that is in his 50s but still wants to be part of the politics that is not supporting you in Surulere, in Mushi, in Ketu, in Bariga, in Ajegunle, in Alimosho? Go and look at all these areas and you ask yourself, what is the dividends of government in all this particular area? And ask me if it's not worth it to break away. Some people say, when you break away, how do you manage the resources? How do you make sure things work? It will work. The reason why things are not working is part of the fraudulent 1999 constitution that even Pastor Paul Adefarasin said so, that we should not. So when I say we are not going for election, it's not just me alone. Even he said so to his members, and I'm sure he has millions of members around the world, that we will not go back for another election based on that fraudulent 1999 constitution. He said so. You all saw the video. I don't have to play it again. But rather than we looking and deal with the problem now, everybody's trying to say, look, you know what? I'm going to make a jackpot. And if I can hit the bottom right here, if I can do anything to survive. Is that the kind of life we want to put down to the next generation? The same country, like they're celebrating their independence in America today, those countries fought for those independence, for that freedom. And as I speak today, people within America still want to break away from America. It is not something that we should be scared of to say, regardless of whether the federal government likes it or not. It is our own responsibility to say, we do not want to be part of that system anymore. And we must all stand very firm. We know it will come to that stage. What might be this stage, but it's rather than label the wanted, not just Chief Sunday Igboho, because at the end of the day, there are 60 million Yorubas that you would have to label that same name as well, not just Chief Sunday Igboho. You think we will be scared when you put his name out to say he's a wanted person? He is not a criminal, and we are saying it authoritatively, not just to the Nigerian government, to the international community, that Chief Sunday Igboho Adeyemo is not a criminal. The criminal that we should be looking for are right in Meduguri, right in the forest of Okeogun, right in the forest in Ogun State, in Kwara, in Kogi, killing every innocent lives on a daily basis, and nobody have said anything to them. And if they're looking for anyone, they should be looking for the Mayati Hala, because they're the criminals. They are the most wanted people that the government should be looking for. And let's say this clearly to Tinubu. Whether your hands is right inside what took place at Chief Sunday Igboho's house or not, whether you are still thinking that you are the most smartest because of all the stolen wealth that you've taken away from Lagos State, you would have to spend your last kobo, because election, inshallah, in Jesus' name, Lashedumari, will not be allowed to hold in the southwest of the country. We are saying that authoritatively, and you will remember today that I said so. You have created havoc to millions of Yoruba people, and you are also going to be remembered in the drain of the country that you think we are currently in right now. You think the Hausa cares about you? They care less about you. They have their own intention. They have their own plan. People like the shotman devil in Kaduna, El Rufai. People like Yaya Bello. You have all threatened every sons and daughters of Yoruba across the globe. And now is the time that we are also coming back to say to you, enough of that nonsense. Once again, my name is Olayomi Koiki. Tomorrow, I'll be giving you more updates in regarding àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà lọ́wọ́ DSS. If DSS have put them under duress, I will know tomorrow when the lawyer gets in touch with me, or the barrister rather. They have now been detained since 1st of July. 4 days, or 3 days rather. Well, 4 days precisely. Have they been kept inhumane? Have they been kept well according to the international law? Because we do not agree with that 1999 constitution. Have their rights been taken care of? I will find out tomorrow when the barrister gives me a detailed report, and I'll be giving everybody updates. But we must remember that innocent Yorubas, remember, they are not Hausa, they are not Fulanis. We have Fulanis that came to Igogon in Oyo State and killed so many lives. Up to now, the Seyi Makinde of the governor thinks that he's smart. Oh, emi o mo pa to ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ Sunday Igboho, emi o mo kankan nípa o. But you are the chief security. So you are literally telling us that the military came into Ibadan. The DSS came into Ibadan. And you were sleeping right inside Ibadan. So that means terrorists can literally overrun every single one of us. So those of you thinking that you are safe inside the Yoruba land, you better wake up. Kudos to everybody that came out for that Lagos rally. Some were scared. But those that came out, we give kudos to every one of you. So tomorrow, we'll give a proper update. Damages has been labeled on behalf of Chief Sunday Igboho to the federal government. I'm sure some of you have seen those articles. Lawyers are being put together internationally to make sure that the atrocity that the federal government committed at Soka in the middle of the morning at about 1:30 a.m. when people were sleeping without no warning, and every gunshot was sprayed right into the compound. Whether there were people in there sleeping or they're careless. The international community will have to also be aware. We are still law-abiding according to the international law. And we will remain so. How long is what I don't know. But we will remain absolute abide by the international law. And that's exactly what Chief Sunday Igboho has said. We will remain abide by the international law. I know there's so many critiques. At exactly 12 o'clock, I'll bring the broadcast to an end. So I've got about 2 minutes left. Like I said, we should not be scared. We should not be worried. Thank you very much, Demi. Thanks, Mr. Koiki. What about those who were arrested at the rally yesterday? They say they are taking them to court tomorrow. Odumuse paraded some stupid t-shirt and guns were planned. Like I said, maybe you've just joined us, my sister. I was on the phone with Professor Banji Akintoye. A lawyer as well has been put in place, and they will be meeting that lawyer together with them in the court. We know the police have paraded them again, just like they've done with Chief Sunday Igboho, with false ammunition. Nobody have ever taken any ammunition to any of our rallies, whether it was in Ogun State, in Kwara, in Kogi, or we haven't done Kogi yet, but in Ondo State, in Osun State, in Oyo State. Ever gbé ìbọn lọ síbẹ̀ rí, so ìbọn làwọn ti rí ìbọn tán present. Ìbọn ni Odumusu, the CP, ìbọn ló ti rí ìbọn. He watched my broadcast from what I was told. But I am waiting for you. Tọ́lọ́ máa ṣì jẹ́ pé olú máa jẹ CP títí tó máa fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ campaign lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Because the official campaign will trigger before the end of the year. And then the political party will want to start moving campaign. We will then know whether the CP will stop that campaign. So that is the answer to that. Like I said, I spoke to Professor Banji Akintoye, and the lawyer is also put in place for those arrested at the Lagos State rally. But the ones in Abuja, the barrister will be going to the DSS office tomorrow so that we can have access to our clients. It's exactly 12 midnight. We won't be taking any calls tonight, but I just came out to give those updates. My name is Ola Yomi Koiki. It's Koiki Media. Thank you very much for those of you that have stayed tuned. Tomorrow, we'll be giving more updates. Once again, Chief Sunday Igboho is not a criminal, and he has never been a criminal. So if the federal government is looking for anybody, tell the federal government and the DSS bulldog to go after Gumi, go after the Meyatiala, go after all the Fulanis that are terrorizing every innocent Nigerians, both inside the country and the one outside, because that was the way Dr. Fatai Aborode was killed. Until date, nobody has been charged for that death. Thank you very much once again. I'll be back sometime tomorrow to give you more update on the development with those arrested by the DSS on the 1st of July. If they've been tortured, I will update you. If they've been maltreated, I will update you. Remember, every single one of them have their right according to the international law. Have a very good morning. Bye for now. Iṣẹ́ wa orílẹ̀-èdè wa kàgbéga 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 fàlẹ́rí ìgbàgbọ́ wa ní pé láti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́. Kashishe, 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 kajola. Ìṣọ̀kan àti
dára ní ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lépa tẹ̀síwájú fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtọ̀hún tó dára ọmọ òjàre dé.